Sending sexy texts can be a great way to turn a woman on and make her heart race. But how do you start sexting a girl without seeming creepy or awkward and without scaring her away? Because what you want is for her to engage and join in on the sexting. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you to do today in today's video. Does that make sense? In today's video, I'm going to give you my 5 best tips on sexting a woman to drive her wild and get her sexting back. And I'm also going to give you 12 word-for-word dirty text messages that you can steal right away. So pay close attention and keep watching. My name is Marni, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl. Every week, I'm going to give you the no BS insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any woman you like. So just hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a video. All right, before I dive in and tell you how to start getting dirty, I'm going to tell you about something that should never be dirty: your face, which is why I am so excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Tiege Hanley is a skincare product for men, and their products will help you take care of your skin by keeping it fresh, clean, clear, and oh so sexy. Trust me, women love a guy that takes care of himself and his body and his face. Shows that he knows how to take care of us as well. If you're new to taking care of your skin, I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which is all in this box, and it comes with all of the basics. It comes with a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with a SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Sounds like a lot, but Tiege makes it super easy by providing a card in every box telling you exactly when and how to use each product and how much to use and in what order. It comes in handy, trust me, because it can be confusing. Men around the world love this product for their skin, and Tiege has over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. So get ahead of any signs of aging now. Your future self will thank you. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege get tons of benefits, including 20% off the retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, you can pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering you a very great deal. So just click the first link in the description and get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. All right, enough clean talk. It's time to get dirty. Here are 5 must-know tips if you want to start dirty texting or sexting women successfully. Tip number 1, which is the golden rule. When it comes to sexting a woman, there's a golden rule to keep in mind. Never send dirty text to a girl unless you're already in an intimate relationship with her, or you've been flirting with her and she's actively flirting back. There has to be an existing sexual relationship, or at least a strong flirty vibe between the two of you before you dive into sexting. If there isn't either of those two things, your text will be perceived as too forward, too creepy, or even offensive, and she'll quickly stop responding to you. So keep that golden rule in mind. Tip number 2, timing is everything. Recently, we did an amazing podcast with Dr. Tara, who is an actual professor of sex and one of the most influential sex experts on the internet. In that episode, we talked a lot about sexting, and one of the things she mentioned was the importance of timing. So you don't want to send a spicy text to a woman early in the morning. No matter how creative and amazing your text is, it's not going to be perceived as sexy in the morning. And scientific studies actually confirm this. Most of your dirty texting is best saved for the nighttime. An occasional naughty text in the afternoon or early afternoon is totally fine, and it can build anticipation for later, which is great, but your best chance of having a sexy conversation with her is at night, when she's free to text with you, okay? Tip number 3, ask this question. So another thing that Dr. Tara stressed on our podcast was starting slow and testing the waters. So just because you're ready to sex with a woman, it doesn't mean that she is too. So you gotta take baby steps to set the tone, to take the conversation into a more sexual direction. And the simplest way to do that, according to Dr. Tara, is to ask a woman if she likes getting naughty over text. Like literally asking her something like this: are you into naughty text messages? Or do spicy text messages turn you on? With a playful smirk emoji next to it or something like really cute. So I'd highly recommend this if it's a woman you've already been intimate with, because it's so simple. And if she says yes, you dive into sexting so easily and take everything to another level. But if it's a girl you've just been flirting with, then a question like this can feel a little odd or abrupt, in my opinion. So in that case, here is what I recommend, which is tip number 4. You want to use something called misinterpretation, which I've talked about a lot. Misinterpretation is a great way to steer a conversation in a sexual direction without being too crass. And all you have to do as you're talking to each other or texting with each other is interpret what she says in a way that makes it look like she's trying to seduce you. She's the one being sexually suggestive while you're just here having an innocent conversation. So doing this brings sexual tension into the interaction while keeping it fun and playful. So for example, if the woman asks you if you want to meet for drinks, you can playfully tease her about how she's obviously trying to get you drunk so she can take advantage of you, okay? I think that's kind of cute. Here's another example. If she gives you a compliment or says something positive about you, which she should because you're freaking awesome, you can say, thanks. Are you always this forward or am I just irresistible? If she's telling you how she's had a busy week, you could tell her you'd probably have more free time if you stopped fantasizing about me all day. So see what's happening here? All you're doing is trying to accuse her of having a dirty mind, fantasizing about you, or even trying to seduce you, but playfully misjudging the meaning of her text. And that playfulness can go a very long way, and it builds the type of rapport that gives her freedom to express herself sexually, which means your flirty conversation can now easily go into a more sexual direction. And from there, sexting becomes very natural. Tip number 5, write to spark her imagination. Once you're having a sexually charged conversation with a woman, or if she's told you that she's into naughty text exchanges, you can proceed to sending her dirty texts. Green light, right? But you gotta get it right. For instance, consider these 2 messages. So 1 is, I can't wait to bang your brains out. Or 2, I can't wait to undress you tonight and ravish every inch of your body. Which one sounds hotter to a woman? Most guys tend to pick the second one, and they are correct, absolutely correct, because the second one is so much hotter. I even got hot when I was saying that, just letting you know. However, when it comes to writing spicy messages, they don't think too much and go with something more like the first one, which doesn't hit nearly as hard as the second one and can actually turn women off. You see, a woman will always respond better to raunchy texts that build anticipation, that are descriptive, and that provoke her imagination. So you need to write with that in mind, okay? So now that you know all the rules and tips for successful sexting and dirty talk, I wanted to give you some word-for-word examples of things you can say so that you're armed and ready for good sexting. So here are 12 examples of well-written, naughty messages to give you an idea and that you can steal right away. So pay close attention to the language and take notes, or just keep rewinding this over and over again. So here it goes. Here's the first one. I'm getting so turned on thinking about what I want to do to you. Number 2, I want to hear you moan my name as I go down on you tonight. Number 3, I want to kiss every inch of your body until you're begging me for more. Number 4, I want to taste you so bad. Number 5, sometimes when I think about you, I feel so out of control. Number 6, I can't handle another minute of not touching you. I want to run my hands through every inch of your naked body. Number 7, don't wear anything fancy tonight because I don't think I can help myself from tearing your clothes off of you. Number 8, just thinking what you look like bouncing on top of me. Something I'd really like to see. Number 9, I couldn't concentrate at work today because all I can think about is last night. I'm gonna spank you for that. Number 10, I'd give anything to be inside you right now and hear you moan like nobody's listening. Number 11, I miss the feeling of your curves pushed into my body. And number 12, I wanna be with you so bad I can't concentrate on work. That's like a low-level one, but still kind of sexy. Now, if you notice carefully, you might have picked up on some common themes with each of these lines. Most of these texts are about what you want to do to her or something to refer to something you've already done. Most of them use specific language and not vague stuff like I want to bang your brains out, right? And most importantly, these texts stress heavily on how strongly you desire her or how much she turns you on. And there's nothing hotter to a woman than feeling strongly desired by a man she's attracted to. So with these notes and examples, you should now have a good idea on what kind of texts you can and should write to women. So to get even more ideas and examples and insights on what to write to women to turn women on, I highly recommend you check out some short erotic stories that you can find on Amazon or even on the internet. More specifically, erotic stories that are written by women, and you will see what women fantasize about and describe sexual scenarios. You'll see the exact language patterns, the adjectives, the words. I'm just trying to throw, my grammar knowledge at you, and how specific you can be so that you can model it for your sexting. Lastly, if you really want to press the acceleration button on this and become a master at coming up with funny, flirty, and sexual things to say to a woman so you can turn her on with ease, I highly recommend you check out my program, The F Formula. So I put a link in this description box below to go check out the F Formula, because the F Formula tells you exactly what you want to say to a woman to make her putty in your hands. It gives you word for word examples for playful and flirty things to say to any woman, as well as more sexually charged and naughty lines. So you can simply copy and paste conversations to create intense attraction with women. And if you've always struggled to flirt with women and tend to play it safe in conversations, then the F Formula is for you. It will turn you into a natural flirt who can give a woman butterflies and get her excited and turned on with just his words, okay? So click the link in the description and check it out now, because thousands of my students have used the lines and techniques inside the F Formula to date, sleep with gorgeous women, and there is no reason why it cannot do the same thing for you. Again, click the link in the description to check it out. Lastly, thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I hope you found it useful, and as always, I will see you next week.